Standard 9th History, Chapter 4 Intellectual Awakening and Socio-Political Changes. Introduction. A new civilization began to develop in northern India with the revival of trade and urbanization. Major political and social changes in northern India. Buddha and Mahavira was born. Buddhism and Jainism took root as major religions in India. Similarly, Zoroastrianism in Persia, Confucianism and Taoism in China became popular during this period. Religion in the 6th century BC. The new civilization that emerged in the new Iron Age had certain common features. They were characterized by new crafts, growth of long distance trade, building of cities and towns. We find that number of prominent men, great thinkers and founders of new religions. Philosophical and religious thinkers such as Confucius in China and Lao Tse, Zoroaster in Iran, Mahavira and Buddha in India gained popularity in 6th century BC. Confucianism and Taoism. In the 6th century BC, two great thinkers were born in China, Confucius and Lao Tse. They laid down the systems of morals and social behavior for individuals and communities. Temples were built in their memory, and the philosophy they taught was developed into a religion. The places associated with the intellectual awakening in 6th century BC. Confucius. Confucius was born in Shantung province of China in 551 BC. He studied history, poetry, philosophy and music. He is the author of 5 important works. The Book of Records provides guidelines for regulation of human society. Number 2, the Book of Odes, principles of morality in songs. Number 3, the Book of Changes, dealing with metaphysics. Number 4, the Spring and Autumn Annuals, a code of political morality. Number 5, the Book of History, narrating the events and legends of the early religions of China. 5 basic virtues: humanity, propriety, righteousness, wisdom, trustworthiness. Confucius said that wisdom grows from the family. The foundation of a society is the disciplined individual in an orderly family. The superior man of Confucius possesses 3 virtues: intelligence, courage, and goodwill. Confucius insisted on children obeying parents, wife her husband. He also clearly proposed that when the command is wrong, a son should resist his father and a minister should resist the prince. There should be sufficiency of food, sufficiency of military equipment, and confidence of people in their ruler. Lao Tse. He was the greatest of pre Confucian philosophers, 53 years older than Confucius. Laozi was born in 604 BC. He left China to live in a peaceful abode. Laozi wrote a book in two parts, running into 5,000 words. He then disappeared from the place and no one knew where he died. His book, Tao Te Ching, is a guide to the conduct of life. Teachings of Laozi. Taoism. The cause of human unhappiness in the world is human selfishness. Selfishness creates unlimited human desires which can never be satisfied. In nature, all things act in a natural way. The law of human conduct must correspond with nature. Humans live a life under the regulation of someone they have acquired. Knowledge they acquired have built up an urban civilization. Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is one of the oldest of the revealed world religions. Zoroaster of Persia is the founder of Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster was pained to find his people worshipping primitive deities. He revolted and proclaimed to the world that there is one God, Ahura Mazda, the Lord of Light. The holy book of Zoroastrianism is Zend Avesta. It is a collection of sacred literature of different epochs containing religious hymns, invocations, prayers, confessions, laws, myths, and sacred reminiscence. Teachings of Zoroaster. Zoroaster taught that the great object of religion, state, or society is the cultivation of morality. Ahura Mazda had 7 qualities: light, good mind, right, dominion, pity, well being, and immorality. In Zoroastrianism, sacrifice and image worship was discarded. Fire was worshipped as a symbol of deity. Charity was made an essential part of religion, and service to poor was particularly emphasized. Impact of iron technology in India. In the Gangetic Valley, people learned to produce crops for subsistence. Like the farmers, these craftsmen also had to rely on a group of people who collected raw materials and distributed the craft products. One, cloth weaving and the like. Such a concentration enabled villages to evolve into towns and exchange centers. Vaishali, Rajagriha, Kausambi, and Kashi were some significant commercial centers of the Gangetic Plains. Religion post Rig Vedic. 3 more Vedas, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva, were composed after the Rig Veda. Rigvedic hymns called Aryanakas, containing knowledge to be learned secretly in the forest. The Upanishads were compiled in the Upper Gangetic Plain during 1000 to 600 BC. Jainism and Buddhism. In the Gangetic Plain, iron plough, agriculture required the use of bullocks, but the indiscriminate killing of cattle for Vedic rituals and sacrifices caused resentment. The founders of Jainism and Buddhism did not prescribe killing as a religious rite. They secured their livelihood mostly by arms. Vedic rituals, animal sacrifice, and the desire for wealth eventually took them towards Jainism and Buddhism. Mahavira and Buddha lived in a life of purity, simplicity, and self denial. The commercial developments of northern cities like Kaushambi, Kushinagara, Benares, Vaishali, and Rajagriha. Mahavira. Vardhamana Mahavira was born in 599 BC at Kundagrama near Vaishali. His mother was Trishala, a Lichavi princess. He spent his early life as a prince and was married to a princess named Yashoda. The couple had a daughter. At the age of 30, he left his home and became an ascetic for over 12 years. In the 13th year of his asceticism, he acquired the highest knowledge and came to be known as the Conqueror and Mahavira. Rishabha was the first Tirthankara and Parashvanath the ultimate or the 23rd Tirthankara. Thousands of people became his followers. After 30 years of preaching, Mahavira died at Pavapuri in 527 BC at the age of 72. Teachings of Mahavira. The three principles of Jainism are also known as Triratnas: right faith, belief in the teachings and wisdom of Mahavira; right knowledge, acceptance of the theory that there is no God and that the world existed without a creator; right conduct, ahimsa, honesty, kindness, truthfulness, and not coveting or desiring things belonging to others. Spread of Jainism. Mahavira founded monasteries. People were spared from the costly and elaborate rituals and sacrifices. Varna system practiced by Brahmins was challenged. Jainism split into two branches, namely the Digambaras, the sky clad, and the Svetambaras, white clad. Decline of Jainism, lack of royal support, Buddhist doctrine of non-violence, invasions of the Huns, Shankaracharya's preaching against Buddhism, opposition of the Rajputs, conquest of India by the Turks. Early life of Buddha. Gautama Buddha was the son of Sudodana, the chief of a Kshatriya clan of the Sakyas of Kapilavastu in the present day Nepal. His name was Siddhartha. He belonged to a Sakya clan. He was also known as Sakya Muni. He was born in 567 BC in Lumbini garden near Kapilavastu. His mother, Maya Devi, died after a few days of his birth. He was brought up by his stepmother. In order to divert his attention towards worldly affairs, his father got him married at the age of 16 to a princess called Yashodhara. He led a happy married life for some time and had a son by name Rahula. One evening, While Siddhartha was passing through the city, he came across an old man who had been abandoned by his relatives, a sick man crying with pain, and a dead body surrounded by weeping relatives. He also saw an ascetic who had renounced the world and found no signs of sorrows. He went to Varanasi and gave his first sermon at Sarnath. A large number of people became his followers. After 45 years of preaching, he breathed his last in 487 BC at Kushinagar near Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh at the age of 80. Teachings of Buddhism. Four great truths. Truth of suffering. There is suffering and sorrow in the world. The cause of human suffering is desire and craving. This pain or sorrow can be removed by suppressing desire and craving. This is to be achieved by leading a disciplined life or by following what Buddha called the Noble Eightfold Path. Nirvana. According to Buddha, a person should aim at attainment of nirvana or the highest bliss, and it could be achieved by any person by leading a virtuous life and by following the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path are right views, right intentions, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right concentration, right mindfulness. Spread of Buddhism. Buddhism spread to Central Asia, Sri Lanka, Tibet, Southeast Asia, as well as the eastern countries of China, Mongolia, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. The split in Buddhism. During the reign of Kanishka, Buddhism was split into two as Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana, lesser vehicle, was the original creed preached by Buddha. The followers of this form regarded Buddha as the Guru and did not worship him as God. They denied idol worship and continued with the people's language Pali. Mahayana, greater vehicle. Buddha was worshipped as God. The followers made images and statues of Buddha and offered prayers, recited hymns, mantras in their praise. They wrote the religious books in Sanskrit. This form of Buddhism was patronized by Kanishka. Decline of Buddhism. Lack of royal support. Buddhist doctrine of non-violence. Invasion of Huns. Shankaracharya's preaching against Buddhism. Opposition of the Rajputs. Conquest of India by the Turks. Buddhism lost its royal patronage during the reign of Guptas. Ajivika. The period that produced Buddhism and Jainism also witnessed the birth of a sect known as Ajivika. Its founder was Gozala, a friend of Mahavira. Later, Gozala moved away and founded the Ajivika sect. Ajivikas rejected the karma theory, which postulated that condition of men is determined by their past actions. Ajivikas had a small presence in southern India. 3 Tamil texts, the Manimegalai of Buddhists, the Nilakesi of Jains, and Shivaji Nana Siddhiyar of Saivites contain the outlines of Ajivika doctrine. Gana Sanghas. There were 2 distinct forms of government at the time of Mahavira and Buddha: monarchical kingdom and clan oligarchies or Gana Sanghas. Gana Sanghas consisted of either a single clan such as Shakyas, Koliyas, and Mallas. The Gana Sanghas had only two strata, the Kshatriya, Rajakula, ruling families, and Dasa Karmakara, the slaves and laborers. The 6th century witnessed the establishment of kingdoms, oligarchies, and chiefdoms as well as the emergence of towns. 16 Mahajanapadas are listed in the Buddhist text. Services such as Rajasuya and Ashwamedha were performed. The king enjoyed absolute power. The king sought the aid and support of the Samiti on matters like war, peace, and fiscal policies. Satapada Brahmana describes the king as infallible and immune from all punishments. The growth of royal power was reflected in the enlarged administrative structure. The king was now assisted by a group of officers. In the villages, village judge and the court decided the cases. Punishments for crimes were severe. The rise of Magadha kingdom. The kingdom operated with a centralized government. Political power was concentrated in the ruling family. Bimbisara was the first important king of Magadha. Bimbisara went on to conquer Anga in West Bengal now, thereby gaining access to the Ganges Delta. Bimbisara succeeded in establishing a comprehensive structure of administration. Each village was brought under a Gramani who was responsible for collecting taxes. Land tax, share of produce, the main source of revenue of the kingdom and the share of produce was determined. Ajatasattu, the son of Bimbisara, is said to have murdered his father and ascended the throne. He continued his father's policy of expansion through military conquest. The capital city of Magadha was Rajagriha, which was surrounded by 5 hills. Ajatasattu strengthened Rajagriha fort and also built another fort at Pataligrama on the Ganges. Ajatasattu died in 461 BC. Fed up with such recurring instances, people of Magadha appointed the last ruler's viceroy, Shishunaga, as the king. After ruling nearly for half a century, the Shishunaga dynasty lost the kingdom to Mahapadmananda, who founded the Nanda dynasty. Mauryan kings. Vishnugupta, who was later known as Chanakya or Kautilya, fell out with the Nanda king and vowed to dethrone him. Chandragupta, perhaps inspired by Alexander of Macedonia, was raising an army and looking for opportunities to establish a kingdom of his own. On hearing the news of Alexander's death, Chandragupta stirred up the people and with their help drove away the Greek garrison that Alexander had left at Taxila. Then he and his allies marched to Patliputra and defeated the Nanda king in 321 BC. Thus began the reign of the Mauryan dynasty. During Chandragupta's reign, Seleucus, the general of Alexander, who had control over countries from Asia Minor to India, crossed the Indus only to be defeated by Chandragupta. Seleucus' envoy Megasthenes is said to have remained in India, and his account, titled Indica, is a useful record about Mauryan polity and society. After gaining control over the Gangetic plain, Chandragupta turned his attention towards northwest, comprising the present day Afghanistan, Baluchistan, and Makran. Chandragupta moved to central India. Chandragupta, who had by now become an ardent follower of Jainism, abdicated his throne in favor of his son Bindusara. Bindusara succeeded in extending the Mauryan Empire up to Karnataka. Ashoka succeeded Bindusara in 268 BC, desire of bringing the remaining parts of South India into his empire. Ashoka waged a war against Kalinga in the 80th year of his reign. The people of Kalinga fought bravely, but they were defeated. After a large-scale slaughter, this war and slaughter affected Ashoka so much that he decided to give up war. Ashoka became an ardent Buddhist after meeting the Buddhist monk Upagata and propounded his dharma. He issued edicts which were carved out in the rock. In one of his Kalinga edicts, he tells us his horror and sorrow over the deaths which the war and conquest caused. Ashoka's passion for protecting life extended to animals as well. Hospitals were constructed for them and animal sacrifice was forbidden. Ashoka sent his son Mahendra and his daughter Sangamitra to Ceylon to spread his message of Dharma. Ashoka died after ruling for 38 years. Our national emblem with 4 lions is a replica of the Ashoka pillar of Sarnath. Mauryan administration. The Mauryan state in its early years undertook some measures. The state raised taxes to finance a huge standing army. The Mauryans had evolved a very efficient system of governance, the king as the head of the administration. There were Mahamantriyas who functioned as secretaries to the minister. Revenue and expenditure was Samartha. Provinces were administered by governors. They were to take care of the foreigners, to register the birth and death of the citizens, to look after trade and commerce, to supervise different manufacturers, to collect excise duties and custom duties. The city or town administration, the military department was also managed by a board of 30 members, split into committees with 5 members in each of them. The village level there was Gramanas, responsible for maintaining the boundaries, keeping the records of land and the census of population and livestock. The development of rural economy. It also organized irrigation projects and controlled the distribution of water. There was state control of agriculture, mining, industry, and trade. The distribution of black polished as far as South India is indicative of the extent of trade during the Mauryan rule. Monasteries and temples served the purpose of imparting education. Nalanda was a great monastery built by the Magadha Empire. Educational centers offered Buddhist and Vedic literature, logic, grammar, medicine, philosophy, and astronomy. Nalanda became the most renowned seat of learning in course of time. It was supported by the revenues of 100 villages. No fees were charged to the students and they were provided free board and lodging. We come to the end of the lesson. Thank you.